glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. I hope everyone's enjoying their day. Yeah, I bet you the WHO had their hand in this. The UK has passed a landmark generational tobacco ban. If this ban escalates, it's going to put a lot of businesses out of business. The United Kingdom has taken one of the world's boldest steps against smoking. On April 21st of this year, Parliament gave final approval for the Tobacco and Vape Bill, which now awaits only formal royal assent to become law. Starting January 1st of next year, 2027, it will be illegal to sell tobacco products, including cigarettes, cigars, herbal smoke products, and cigarette papers to anyone born on or after January 1st of 2009. They're saying that this creates a smoke-free generation. Young people who are currently 17 years old or younger will never be able to legally buy tobacco in the UK, no matter how old they become. The legal purchasing age for tobacco will effectively rise by 1 year every year until the ban is complete for that cohort. Currently, adult smokers, anyone born before 2009, are unaffected and can continue to buy tobacco products as before. Despite some headlines claiming a nicotine ban, the legislation does not outlaw nicotine itself for adults. Sales of vape, nicotine pouches, and other nicotine products remain legal for adults ages 18 and over. However, the bill strengthens rules to protect young people, bans sales of all vapes and nicotine products to under 18s. Problematic vending machine sales, also no go, and restricts advertising and branding that appeals to children. Ministers gain new powers to regulate flavors, packaging, and displays of vaping and nicotine products to reduce young uptake. There's also a new vaping product duty on nicotine containing vapes that will begin on October 1st of this year. Single-use disposable vapes were already banned in June of 2025. So why now? Well, I think the WHO, yeah, they got their hand in it. The UK says, though, that smoking remains the leading preventable cause of death and places a huge burden on the National Health Services. Health Secretary Wes Streeting and ministers have described the bill as the biggest public health intervention in a generation, arguing that preventing young people from even starting is the most effective long-term strategy. Critics worry the measure represents excessive government control over personal choices and could push some users towards unregulated black market products. Others point out that the UK has previously led the way in tobacco harm reduction by supporting regulated vaping as a less harmful alternative for adult smokers. Once royal assent is granted, and it's expected soon, the generational tobacco ban kicks in from January of 2027. Retailers will need a robust age verification system, and repeated breaches could lead to fines or temporary bans on selling tobacco and vaping products. The law aims to phase out smoking over time while treating nicotine addiction and youth vaping as separate challenges, requiring tighter regulation rather than outright prohibition for adults. For now, adults who choose nicotine products, whether through traditional tobacco or modern alternatives, can still access them legally, though the landscape for vapes and pouches will become more tightly controlled in the coming months. Yeah, the WHO is out of control. So what's next? My coffee? Anything with sugar in it? Your soda? Here in the United States, our early origins, yeah, it was a cash crop. Tobacco is native to the Americas. Archaeological evidence shows humans in the region began using it as far back as 12,300 years. Cultivation started around 60 to 30,000 years BC in areas like Peru, Ecuador, and the Andes. Indigenous people across North, Central, and South America used tobacco for thousands of years in religious ceremonies, rituals, and medicine. Methods included smoking in pipes or rolled leaves, chewing, snuffing through Y-shaped tubes, and even enemas. In 1492, Christopher Columbus and his crew encountered tobacco in the Caribbean. Indigenous people offered them dried leaves as gifts. Rodrigo del Jerez, one of Columbus's men, reportedly became the first European smoker and brought the habit back to Spain. Tobacco reached Europe probably around the mid-1500s. The Spanish and Portuguese introduced it, and it rapidly spread. French diplomat Jean Nicot sent plants to the French court around 1559 to maybe 1560. The word nicotine actually is derived from his name. In England, tobacco arrived via sailors, possibly as early as 1565, and became fashionable, with Sir Walter Raleigh popularizing the pipe smoking at Queen Elizabeth's court in 1580. By the early 1600s, tobacco shops proliferated in London despite opposition. In 1612, John Rolfe planted sweeter South American tobacco variation in Jamestown, Virginia, turning it into the colony's economic savior and a major export to England. By the 1630s and 1640, Virginia shipped millions of pounds annually. Until the late 1800s, tobacco was mainly smoked in pipes, chewed, or taken as snuff. In the 1880s, things changed. James Bonsack's cigarette rolling machine enabled mass production. Cigarettes surged during the World Wars, distributed to soldiers, and advertising targeted new groups, including women. By the mid-20th century, smoking was normalized globally, with trillions of cigarettes produced annually. So what are your thoughts about this new law that they're going to be passing soon? Please put those comments down below. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.